know I'm getting tired of meeting with you guys like this, so congratulate Jeff and his team. First half, I thought they were so much more aggressive than we were. 11 turnovers, and I think they turned it into like 16 or 18 points in the first half on turnovers. But I think turnovers were restored in the first half. In the second half, we got it to a working margin, but just couldn't make a shot down the stretch. And you know, they didn't make many shots either, to say the least. If you don't care about the game, you might have said it was an ugly game in the second half. But Jeff cares about it, and I care about it, and it was a W for him and a loss for us. We've got to, you know, you look down 4 for 18 from a three-point line, 10 for 21 from the free throw line. We missed 4 free throws and 4 possessions there in the second half when we got it to 10. It could have made it a little bit more exciting, but don't want to speak for Jeff's team or him about his team. I don't think that he's probably pleased with the way they played in the second half, but in the first half I thought they just dominated. Their defense dominated our offense, and then our defense couldn't come up with enough stops to get much going. They shoot almost. I think Ryan shot the three-pointer at the end of the half, or they would have been 50% in the first half, and so it's not a good day for us. I liked the way our kids tried, and I've said our guys will always come back or try to come back, but just didn't make enough shots. And they ran a really nice play one time when we got to zone. They throw it underneath for a dunk. We were out of position, but sort of frustrating to say the least.
Well, you mentioned the turnovers. I believe your team had 8 in a 12-possession span in the first half.
We had more turnovers than we had points a good bit of the first half, right?
Beyond what they're doing defensively, was it just sloppy play by your guys?
You know, you got to give the defense some credit. There's no question about that. I didn't like, I mean, guys, we had 3 walking calls or 4 walking calls. I mean, it's you got to be able to feel your pivot foot and be able to handle some heat in a crowd. But I think the turnovers early just set us so far back, and then it seemed like what they make in the first half from 3. 6 for 15. I thought they made 26. It seemed like every time I looked up it was going in. But again, I'll say to you, I could believe what you're saying too. The turnovers early in the first half sort of put us back on our heels. We never could get back to where we had a chance.
You went zone and you tried some traps and stuff. What was the thinking behind some of that? And
getting our butts kicked to doing the other thing, got to try something. And you know, it's their percentages aren't good. They shot it really well against us in Chapel Hill, and they didn't shoot it as well today. But trying to see if we can get them to shoot something outside. We were in a little foul trouble with B-Rob and Armando, both in foul trouble as well. So and I think both of them eventually fouled out. But trying to do something to change something, and you know, they helped us by missing some shots, and we helped them by missing some as well.
Coach, how did foul trouble affect the lineups that you were able to put out there?
A little bit, but not a lot. I mean, it's North Carolina playing against Pitt, and fouls are a part of the game. But I didn't like the number of fouls that we made in the first half, but it's just part of the game.
Roy, what did Pitt do either differently or more effectively in the first half defensively
I
that gave you trouble?
Yeah, I think they were just much more aggressive with their pressure. They denied some passes. Guys, there were 2 times we made a pass down the left side and they deflected it out. And the very next play we made a pass down the right sideline and they deflected it out. You got to see the defense and not throw that one. But I think they were much more aggressive getting out in the passing lanes. And they're a good team. They switch a lot of, you know, they got a lot of guys similar size that they can get out on the floor and guard you, so they switch a lot of stuff and take you out of what you're trying to do.
you said trying something to try something. What's the level of frustration right now?
Oh, it's pretty high. There's no question about that. I've lived a charmed life. I know we've lost the first game of the season a couple times. 2 times we lost the first game of the season, so we started 0-1. We went to the Final Four. Both times won a national championship, but this is a little later there. Having a losing record right now is not something we're very familiar with.
Roy, is Jeremiah's knee situation, is that just a lingering soreness?
I would say yes, but I think it's probably more specific than that. But I mean, he's not playing well. but God Almighty, he's playing basketball. I never thought he would play this year, I really didn't. So I'm happy as I can be for him. Yeah, I'd like him to play a little better, make some shots and do those kind of things, but I never really thought that he would be out there. I mean, he's had some serious problems with the knee. And, you saw Kirsch's stuff, and he didn't play a game for 1,000 days. So I'm ecstatic that the kids get to play.
Is
Roy,
Cole
you
making headway to getting back?
I think so. We're not, we said 4 to 6 weeks. It's 4.5 weeks right now. We're not trying to push him or anything like that. We want to make sure that we're doing the right thing, and he'll be out there when he should be out there.
Take
Well,
one or
you
two more
mentioned,
so
you
can
said,
get with,
hang on, we'll take one or two more so you can get down to our players, please.
Yeah,
Thank
well,
you. Go
you
ahead.
mentioned having a losing record right now is not something your group's familiar with. When you have kids that haven't met with this kind of challenge, what's the struggle? And is
Yeah.
there a concern in keeping them mentally up in this position?
Only any day that ends in Y. In every practice, you're trying to get them to be more positive, more enthusiastic. And it's hard. I mean, it's hard when somebody's hitting you right between the eyes every time you step out there. But, life's like that too. And for me, it's trying to win basketball games. But also, I happen to be one of those corny old blankety blanks that thinks athletics is good for you and it teaches us how to handle some adversity. And right now, we've got to handle quite a bit of adversity. And it's not pleasant. It's not a good feeling after the games. It's not a good feeling when we're watching the tape and trying to correct them and show it. But you know what? We're going to play again either Tuesday or Wednesday, whenever it is this week. We're going to play again.
Anybody else? All right, thank you. Our
Thanks.
players